Hi, thanks again for tuning in to Sin's Workshop. Today we're going to be talking about All Your Twisted Secrets by Diana Urban. So this is one of those books that's a retelling, and it's a retelling of And Then There Were None. Today I am joined by my little man here. Yeah. So you have to forgive me. My allergies are like really bad today, so I just took some allergy medicine, so I'm a little drowsy, so this one's probably not going to be a long video. But I have only really good things to say about this novel, to be perfectly honest. I gave it 4 stars. I read it in the span of 4 hours. Started the book at 11 p.m., finished it at 2 a.m. I couldn't put it down. I mean, that just tells you that I thought it was a really good novel. When I cannot put a book down, I'm just like, I should go to bed. Nope, that didn't happen. But it's okay, this man was up with me until that late anyway. He's usually up until 2 a.m. anyway. But I really did like this novel because I'm a great fan of Agatha Christie, And Then There Were None is probably my favorite novel by her. So I really did love this novel. I really like the take on it because there's a lot of Breakfast Club elements in there as well. I love the Breakfast Club. So you're combining the Breakfast Club with some mystery thriller, and I thought that was a really good blend. I don't know if it was intentional. I think maybe Diana Urban was just going for this classic high school hierarchical, going for that high school hierarchy, that sort of trope, the popular boy, the athlete, the burnout, the nerd, I wish I could remember Breakfast Club more clearly right now. I just saw it like a few months ago too. But I really did like that sort of element to it. You've got all these kids and they're trapped, and their only clue is, kill someone, and save everyone, or you all die. So they all have to choose who to die. So the entire novel, goes back and forth from this moment to where they think everything sort of starts spinning out of control. And there's a lot of tension, but the author also doesn't lose the reader in those transitions between time. The going back and forth, you don't really lose the transitions, which I appreciated. I appreciated that a lot because it's really fluid. It moves very steadily, and I really liked that part of the novel because they're just like, oh, well, what about this? So then you're going back to the secrets. Everyone has secrets, so the author is developing these secrets. She's developing these layers of secrets, but it's not just secrets, it's also bad behavior. Because at the core of the novel is, bullying. Bullying at school and cyberbullying are not good. They push people to the edges, and the novel really takes apart how teasing is no longer just teasing, how teasing can become bullying. Everyone thinks, oh, well, I was just teasing. Like, no, sometimes you're mean when you're teasing. Someone who has been teased quite a lot, sometimes the things people say are hurtful, but it's also our part to stand up and say, hey, that hurts my feelings. And then if they keep doing it knowing it hurts your feelings, then they are acknowledging the fact that they are bullying you. And people who are also staying silent, they're as culpable as the bullier because they're staying silent. They can see this behavior. On some level, they know it's wrong, but they're not doing anything. Even those subtle things that they do, like just ignoring someone, or being in their way because you don't really care that they're there. These are all bad things that these characters do, and they don't really see outside themselves how much, pain that they're inflicting on people. So they have to sort of take apart, well, who in the group is the worst? Who in the group is the rotten apple who deserves to be killed? Star Trek. So they have to take it apart. They have to analyze just what they're doing. And that's what Urban does with this novel. She's analyzing their behavior. She's analyzing their deepest, darkest secrets to sort of take apart how bullying can be seen. Opens the reader's minds, but it keeps the tension high. She doesn't lose the tension in trying to bring about her message. She is bam, 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 bam. She keeps the story going. She keeps that momentum up. She keeps the tension high, and I have to applaud Urban on that, because I honestly, on some level, I should have seen the ending coming. As an Agatha Christie fan, it's someone in the group. It's always someone in the group. But the question is, who? Who in the group? So, in hindsight, I should have seen it. It's not like it's completely unpredictable. What's wrong, little one? In hindsight, I probably should have seen it, but I didn't. It did keep me guessing. It did keep me on my toes. And I think that's probably why I enjoyed the novel, because on some level, there is some predictability to it, especially if you are an Agatha Christie fan. You know how it's going to play out. But the way she ends the story, I didn't see that coming at all. I was like, what? That's how it's going to end? So, because, once again, it's analyzing behavioral, it's analyzing behavior. And, I was just reading another book that kind of does the same thing, where it sort of evaluates justice versus revenge. If you cross that line, that justice is no longer justice, you're sort of turning into the monster that you're trying to bring down. And that's what happens in this novel. You're becoming the bully. By doing this entire scenario, you are the bully. So, there are a lot of layers to it, and it does move at a quick pace. And while there are also elements to it that may be predictable, it does keep the reader on your toes, because you're still second-guessing yourself. Like, I was still second-guessing who it was by the end. And I really like that, because I read a lot of these retellings. Some of them I'm just like, saw that coming. And some of them I'm just like this novel, I was just like, did not see that coming. And that's probably what I loved best about it. That it kept me second guessing, that it kept the momentum up, and that it's also telling a very in-depth story and analyzing what bullying is through this medium, So on a level, it is thoughtful. It is well written. The character dynamics, they shift a lot, but they shift realistically, and you get to see how and why they shift through the flashbacks, which also don't lose the reader. They're very clear, they're very concise, and they maintain the fluidity of the novel, once again going in line with the momentum and the pace of the novel. That's why it's such a quick read, because it's not lost on the reader. It's fluid, it keeps up the momentum, it keeps up the storytelling, and it keeps up the character dynamics, allowing the reader to get to connect to the characters, who all function in a sort of realistic manner, while also highlighting the dramatization of it, but without losing the meaning or the message behind it all either. So I have to say, All Your Twisted Secrets by Diana Urban, I did give this novel 4 stars, and that's why. So please definitely check out your library's digital catalog. I know a lot of libraries are closed at the moment, so check out your library's digital catalog, And if it's not there, you can always, recommend it. But if money is not too tight, what's wrong? He's going. If money is not too tight, go ahead and purchase it from your local bookseller. Look at you, my big boy. If money's not too tight, check it out from your local bookseller. Please remember to support your local booksellers and not just purchase the book off of Amazon. I know everyone wants to get everything off Amazon, but please support your local booksellers and purchase the book from an online retailer. And if money is tight, once again, your library's digital catalog, they should have it on hand. If not, you can always request it. So as always, hope everyone has a great rest of your day and happy reading.